Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. These are bookshelves. I don't know why we say bookshelf in booktube, because I think everyone else outside of the book community says bookcase. But I don't know, is this a case? It's not really a case, is it? I don't know. Does anyone care though? That's the real question. I like nature. I like cottages. Basically, I wanted to do up my bookshelves and just my channel in general actually. I'm very much in the cottagecore mood. I'm even wearing green. This is one of the only green things I own. I just want to be a cottagecore grandma, basically. Grandma? Maybe not grandma. I don't know, person. So yeah, I've added some naturey bits to my shelves, and some people's cottagecore stuff is like really, really good. This isn't really, really good. This is the best I could do. Yeah. If I had more money, maybe I'd spruce it up a bit, but I don't. So there we go. We've got what we got. We got what we got. So we'll just get on with it and I'll show you my shelves. Hello, this is a bit tragic. So, this is the top of the first shelf. What if I stand up? That might be useful. So here we have a plant. I don't know what kind of plant this is. Basically, I went to the woods and took a cutting. I'll just let you know this was in abundance. It's not like this was the only bit, it was heckin' loads. Wow, don't get too close to me, man. So also, you will hear the glass rattles in the shelves. So yeah, we've just got this cutting here. I don't intend on that lasting very long, but there we go. And then we've got this thing, which is something. It's a coney thing. So basically, we went to the same woods and my partner found this attached to something else. And he thought the something else would make a good walking stick. This was already on the floor, by the way. We didn't like chop a tree down or anything. So I thought this would look really nice here. I don't know, you might disagree, but there we go. Here is my record player. It also plays CDs and cassettes. Very interesting. Here, let's not talk about this one. It's dead. It's rubbish. And then here we have my new books. So these are from new books, apart from this one, but that's second hand. But yeah, so I got most of these on my recent holiday. Right, now let's look at the shelves themselves. So here is the first shelf. To be honest, most of this isn't actually mine, apart from the top shelf. So the top shelf is my books, and then the second and third shelf is a little bit of mine, but mostly my partner's. So it's covered in glass, this, which is why it's all reflection-y. So it's quite good at preserving books to stop them from getting dusty. But it is quite loud, so if we open that up, you can see we've got quite antique books in here. This is mostly my antique books. And you can see this big pile here? Well, that's all the books I'm currently in the middle of. Well, not all of them, a selection. I just plugged them all in there because I just couldn't be bothered to put them anywhere else. Yeah, what can I say about this? Nothing really. There you go, that's it, that's the shelf. So this shelf has got some of my books, and then the rest are Tom's, and the same with the bottom shelves. If you notice, these are the two most chaotic shelves in the whole house. I wonder why that is. Now you join me for one of my favourite shelves, which is a kind of corner thing. I don't even know what you call it. It's not really a bookshelf in itself. I think it's more of a display thing. I don't know. So at the top we have some cones, which this was taken around where I got the other cone thing on the other shelves. So yeah, cones. I got this mushroom thing, statue's not really a statue, is it? I got that in this cool hippie shop. I really like that shop, it's very nice. And then I've just got another cutting from the same plant that my bigger one is from as well. And if we take a look at the second shelf, things get a little more tragic. We've got my bookmarks, and then we've got another dying plant, which is quite sad to see. But there we go. These things happen. So in the top shelf I have my children's fiction, so it's mostly classic hardback fiction. Yeah, that's important, it's hardback fiction. And these are mostly stuff I have from my childhood. And we also have a couple of middle grade graphic novels here as well. Then in the middle we have translated fiction, and this is in order of country as well. So at the beginning we have Asian literature, so we have Japanese and some Korean in there as well, some Indian literature, and then last of all we have some Dutch literature. And on the far side we have hardback fiction. This is in order of last name, and then I've just got Oliver Twist at the end. So moving down the shelf, this is probably one of my favourite shelves. We have my Penguin Classic collection. So first of all we have just the ordinary Penguin Classics, and I have a small little range here. And then we have the modern classics, so I've organised this in terms of the blue ones and the white ones. Next we have the mini library, so I have one modern library and then the rest are classics. And then I have a bit of, well, I have one Thomas Hardy just sitting there on its last, and then I have two children's books, and then I have kind of canonical books here, so the Bell Jar and the Goldfinch. Even though the Goldfinch was released this century, it's still a classic to me. And then we've got Shakespeare's collection and Sherlock Holmes to finish off the classic section here. And then we've just got general fiction. This is ordered by last name of the author. And lastly we have plays and poetry. I'm thinking of moving that over to the classics because I feel like it fits in there more. On the third shelf I have historical fiction to the left, going into kind of YA, mostly Savannah Brown stuff to be honest, and a little bit of YA. Night Circus is kind of YA fantasy, sort of sci-fi kind of thing going on. And then I have dystopian fiction going into sci-fi at the end. And then I have some hardcore fantasy. I say hardcore, City of Bones is not hardcore, but whatever. And then A Song of Ice and Fire below it. So the fantasy section is kind of on the right side of the third and the bottom shelf. And then lastly at the bottom I have my non-fiction. So I start off with memoir, sort of, and then I go into more STEM related subjects. Then I've got a little environmental section, philosophy I've got as well, and then some psychology books at the end there. And then I've got two little hardback historical books, and then we go into my A Song of Ice and Fire books at the end. So those are my bookshelves, my bookcases, whatever you want to call them. I hope you like them. I hope they're cottagecore enough or dark academia enough. I tried my best. If you have any tips on what I can do that's kind of cheap to decorate it, let me know. I also can't stick things on the walls, which is a bit annoying, but you know, at least they're not like a really horrible colour, like they're white. I can deal with that. Mind you, I think some people would argue they're magnolia. Don't think anyone cares, to be honest. What do you think of this aesthetic? Do you like this aesthetic? I like it because it's kind of connecting with nature, and I love that. It's brilliant. I want to connect to nature more. So hopefully this will kind of grow. See what I did there? I didn't mean to do anything there. Hopefully, yeah, I'll have more cottagecore stuff up as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!